What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new edition of the Chris Stevens Writes YouTube show. Of course, you know who I am. If you're new to this channel, welcome aboard. My name is Chris Stevens. I'm a sports writer, novelist, podcaster, music lover, car nerd, discusser of all things life and pretty much on this channel. Thank you all for coming by. And if you are a returning subscriber or lurker, I welcome you back as well. Thank you. If you're new, don't forget to tap the notification bell and the subscription button so you can be notified of all the new content that drops on this channel. And don't forget to like and comment on every video that you see. I mean, if you like it, cool. If you don't, you want to push back on something I said, great. Just be respectful. That's all I ask. But the overnight scenario episode, I like the way that flowed for the most part. If you guys are not familiar, I did a test episode that was sort of like Twitter after darkish, where I'd be talking about dating and relationships and sex and all of that good stuff. I got to say shout out to Shamika from Check the Rhyme. She was very enthusiastic to see what I was talking about on that particular episode, and she left comments, and I greatly appreciate her for that. So, guys, really appreciate y'all for stopping by. Don't forget to, again, like and comment on the video. If you're new, subscribe, tap the notification bell to be notified of everything that drops on the channel. Contact information for me will be in the description below if you have any further questions. So, not going to waste too much of your time because I'm recording this on a Sunday night, trying to get this done before the Las Vegas Aces take on the Seattle Storm in the first round of WNBA playoffs. I may do a WNBA playoffs recap every once in a while, or I may just wait and do a WNBA finals preview with Mika, who joined me for the WNBA first half recap. So stay tuned for that. We'll see how that works. But I wanted to talk to you guys once again about journalism, because that's what I do. I'm a journalist. You guys might have seen the fake news got the blues episode where I talked about how Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have eschewed traditional mainstream coverage to get the message out themselves rather than relying on mainstream outlets to do it. Why is this important? Because a political reporter, a national political reporter, mind you, has been discovered having an affair with a presidential candidate. No, it's not Kamala Harris. It's not Tim Walz. It's not Donald Trump. Damn sure ain't J.D. Vance, unless it's from a mattress discounter or whatever, or 1-800-388-2300 Empire. No, seriously. But Olivia Nuzzi, pretty much came clean and said that she was having a digital romantic affair with RFK, which, of course, as a journalist, breaks every single code of ethics possible. Couple of screenshots for you guys to check out from the story that broke about this. Actually, it was a follow-up to a story where RFK alleges that Ms. Nuzzi, who was engaged, by the way, and now is not engaged and now is on leave from her job, was obsessed with him. So let's look at this first slide, if you will. I think it was a mistake to exclude him, not just because it deprives voters of information they say they want, but strategically for the major party nominees, they might emerge from this debate less popular, making them even more vulnerable to a third-party threat. If you guys are not familiar, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was trying to run as an independent, and nobody bought it. So he suspended his campaign, and to the surprise of no one, got behind Donald Trump. Big whoop. But here's where things get a little risky after the affair was announced. From the same story, Krause said that for 8 months, Kennedy kept Nuzzi blocked, except for when she would allegedly contact him from different email addresses and phone numbers, insisting they speak about an imminent hit piece. Once unblocked, she bombarded him with increasingly pornographic photos and videos that he found difficult to resist. She continued. So, how wild is it that you would throw away your entire career as a journalist? And granted, I've discussed this before. I mean, you could go back to the VP Harris episode that mainstream media, legacy media, has just crapped all over itself in this presidential election in all matters, honestly. I mean, it's just not limited to the presidential election, but we're talking about societal matters, coverage of sports, look at the WNBA, everything. Like, mainstream media is now been bought up by tech bros and hedge fund people who benefit from suppressing true journalism. And that's pretty much what is going on at this point. That's why people are swearing that VP Harris is in danger of losing this and Trump is holding on to a lead that anybody with common sense knows that is non-existent at this point. And they just keep refusing to call him a liar when he really is a liar. So when journalists aren't doing the job that they're supposed to do, what do you have? You don't have a free press. You don't have an informed public. You don't have a knowledgeable public. You have a public that is spouting misinformation from various sources that may be legacy media or just might be some random person with a blog or a YouTube channel. But it's just wild to me because, yes, this is white folk stuff. Because there's not a black journalist on the planet. There's not an Asian journalist on the planet, a Latin journalist, an indigenous journalist, a South Asian, East Indian journalist that could get away with having a digital affair with anybody they're covering and not be absolutely jettisoned, shunned, blackballed, excommunicated, whatever you want to call it, from the industry. None of it makes any freaking sense whatsoever. None of it. And it's absolutely mind-boggling. But this is what Soledad O'Brien, the great journalist, used to say about access journalism, is that it really is the worst kind because you have to sort of kiss these people's butts, your sources or your subjects, as it were, to get information, whether it's good information, bad information, or whatever. And none of it makes any sense. Absolutely none. Just from the optics of all right, so let's break it down like this. Journalism has beats because there's different subjects that people cover. Mine is sports. I've been a sports writer since 2002. Damn, that's a long time. Really long time. Been at this a while. Proud to still be working, yes. Shouts out to HBCU Sports and all the other outlets that have hired me and had me write and cover sports for them over the 22 plus going on 23 years that I've been in this industry. Proud to be a journalist, man. But yes, sports is my beat. Then you have people who cover city hall, city government, state government, federal government. You have your arts and entertainment reporters who go out to like the concerts or cooking shows or theaters and all of that stuff. And you have your feature reporters who do human interest stories. And then you have columnists and op-ed folks. God, I've been wanting to be a sports columnist my entire career, man. Maybe it'll still happen. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But, people have different beats. So imagine if I, as a sports writer, were to engage in something romantic or physical with somebody I was covering. Well, I can tell you that'll never happen because at this point in my career is pretty much set. For one, I cover high school and college sports. That's out number one anyway, because I forgot to tell y'all, my birthday is Wednesday, September 25th. I'll be 43 on Wednesday. If you guys want to bless me, with a CashApp donation or fundraiser donation, all that information will be in the description below. But yes, number one, I'd be too old for those subjects. But even though, even on talking to a coach or a parent, and that's something I probably might say for the overnight scenario when it comes to like, meeting people in your field in that regard. It's not easy. It's not easy meeting people, but at the same time, there's a fine line. It's not even a fine line. It's very expressed that you should not be dating or buddy with people you can have a cordial relationship. Like there are basketball coaches that follow me on social media and, are on my Facebook page, but that's about as far as it goes. There's, that's it. I guess it's probably because they just want to keep close contact on what I'm doing. And, if they have a scoop for me or they'll hit me up and let me know. That's about the strength of it. But as far as what's going on with Olivia Nuzzi and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., it's madness. And it's absolutely unethical. It's against every law, every single law, dog. There's nothing in any byline, any guideline, any bylaw that says it is okay to be fooling around with somebody you are covering, up close or remotely. None of it. It shouldn't happen. It can't happen. And this is why people are so mistrusting of mainstream media now, because it's clear that a lot of folks are simply in a lot of pockets. Like, look no further than the refusal to call Trump a liar, the refusal to call out Elon Musk for all of his Nazism and uh, his homophobia and transphobia. He's mad because his transgender kids have absolutely kicked his ass to the curb. Said, "We don't want your money. You're a piece of shit, dad. We don't need you." So this dude has gone on a bender. I mean, this is really what it's all about. His trans kids are so fed up with him that he's salty, upset, and it's just going to make the world pay for it. That's basically what it boils down to. That's basically what it boils down to. That's why he bought Twitter, and now it's calling it X. And now he's let all the Nazis and racists and misogynists and homophobes and transphobes and conservatives back on there so they can kind of sort of make everybody else's life a living hell because they know that nobody else likes them, not even their own families. And mainstream media's refusal to call out Musty for what he is part of the reason why misinformation is running so rampant right now as we get closer to the presidential election. Another consequential. I mean, every election is important. I mean, even down ballot, honestly. But as far as, this presidential election, I mean, we literally are this close from utter chaos. Like 1930s Germany and 2020 America. That's basically what it boils down to at this point. And that's why I'm really not arguing with anybody about, trying to, be disingenuous about VP Harris or Governor Walz or anybody like that. Like, if you're not voting for him, cool. Just don't cry, bitch, piss, and moan when the world is in hell. I mean, the world is in hell now, but I mean, we're talking about end of the world. I mean, we're talking about apocalyptic proportions if Trump gets back in office. I'm telling you that right now. Take that with a grain of salt if you want to, but don't cry to us because we warned you. Those of us with common sense will say we warned you. But yes, that was just really mind-boggling to me, reading through this whole thing is like, how do you, number one, go hiking with the guy? And I mean, for one, Robert Kennedy Jr. is weird. I mean, yeah, I mean, they hate, conservatives hate being called weird and all of that, but they're weird. I mean, this is a dude who has admitted to killing animals, who admits that he may have a brain worm that is absolutely currently eating at his brain. So he was never fit. I mean, if anybody's less fit to be president than Donald Trump, it's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Absolutely. He can't be there either. But how do you look at a guy, and he's 70 years old? 70. Olivia Nuzzi's 31. How do you look at a man that's old enough to be your father, probably old enough to be your granddaddy, and say, there's something about him that, it's just so irresistible? What? What? Are you kidding me? No. There's nothing about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. that says swag. There's nothing about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. that says rizz. Shouts out to the kids. I don't understand rizz any more than the man in the moon, buddy. But I'm just going to tell you right now, there's nothing about that dude that says, wow, he gets him. He pulls him. He reels him in. I almost said some words that I usually don't use, but okay, we'll say it for the benefit of this channel. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. don't look like nobody to get the hose. He don't. There's nothing about that dude that says he gets hose. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Well, he got Olivia Nuzzi, but that says a lot more about Olivia Nuzzi than it does Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Tell you that much. But this is why, man, it's mind-boggling. It's absolutely mind-boggling that this could actually happen in 2024 as we are nearing I mean, we're already in the danger zone, but I mean, it could be even more dangerous, believe it or not. So do with that what you will. But just wanted to come on here and talk to that. I mean, just to get you guys' thoughts on that. What do you think about journalism in general, today, if you follow the news media closely? What's your opinion on it? We'd love to know what you think, and we'd love to know how you feel about ethics in the media and, the separation of people, I mean, it makes sense to me. I mean, you can't be objective as a journalist if you are literally in bed with someone that you're covering or virtually in bed with someone that you're covering, whatever the case may be. But I just found that thing very fascinating from a perspective that only white people can get away with this stuff, and that, they're the ones that are never going to face any consequences for their actions. I mean, that's just the way of the world. I mean, we can stop waiting on karma to catch up to a lot of these racists and these Nazis and these fascists, because if it was going to happen, it should have happened a long time ago. And none of us are going to be around when it ever does happen, if it happens. But that's really all I got this week, man. I mean, not this week, but I mean, I think I got an overnight scenario in me, probably a little actually related to this topic, honestly. So stay tuned. Be sure to stay tuned for that. But until next, but for now, thank y'all for watching this edition of the Chris Stevens Writes YouTube channel. Greatly appreciate your time. As always, contact information will be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell to get notified of all the new content that drops on this channel once again. And again, like and comment on these videos. I like to talk to y'all. I mean, I like to know what you think and, give my responses, and we can have a dialogue on so more eyes and ears and minds too can be trained on this channel. So thank y'all for watching. I don't know if I'm going to do a birthday episode or not, but I may do a birthday overnight scenario. I haven't decided yet, but you'll know because it'll be on this channel. So thank y'all for watching. So until the next time we speak, y'all be good or be good at it. Damn it. All right. Okay, we're done now. Bye.